I will keep this as short as possible. I am 35, married my wife, 31, 5 years ago and have lived together for 8 years. We had our first child 4 years ago and second child a year ago, both boys. Her sister, 33, has been married for 7 years, and in that time had one child, a boy. After the birth of her child, her husband was in an accident and can no longer produce another child. My Sael and her husband approached my wife to see if I would be interested in donating my sperm in order for my Sael to give birth to one more child. My wife thought it was a great idea, and made the decision for me to proceed with the process without consulting me. I was against it at first, but I came around to the point where I was willing to speak with the fertility doctor, but I let them know I was not saying yes at this point, as the whole idea still seemed weird, as my kids would essentially be half-siblings to this new child. Well, after meeting with the doctor, it became very clear this was not an option, as my SAL does not work and her husband only makes about 50 grand a year. They could not afford the procedure. They asked my wife and I to help offset the cost, but that was not an option I was willing to explore, as I only make about 85 grand a year, and we recently purchased a new home, are trying to keep investing in college funds, etc. It was a hard no from me, and my wife was okay with that, but I think she would have found a way to get them some, if not all, the money. I told her she could put that decision on me, and she did exactly that. Well, my Sael was upset, and she called us selfish. It turns out my Sael knew we had quite a bit of money set aside in the kids' college fund, as before the kids were born my wife was working, and we both put away a lot of money that we eventually turned into college funds for our kids. We have roughly 45 grand set aside, which I don't think is enough, and we keep adding to it when we can. Anyway, a couple days go by and things seem to have calmed down, but my Sael then asked my wife if she could essentially sleep with me in order to get pregnant. My wife was vehemently opposed to this at first, but after her sister explained she wasn't attracted to me and there would be no passion but just a means to an end, my wife thought it might be a good idea. To be clear, my Sael's husband is okay with this plan. My wife asked me to go ahead with it, but I refused. I told her they can adopt a kid out of foster care if they want another kid that bad. Now, my Sael is mad at me along with my wife, as she believes this would just be a good way to help them have another child. I am standing by my decision, and I have been sleeping in the spare bedroom since my hard no, but I am starting to doubt, thinking I might be being unreasonable. So, am I the asshole for refusing to impregnate and sleep with my Sael?